Greetings YouTube, Ronan Frog 87 here. And guys, it's been since the last time I made a video, it's been, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh news has been floating around and whatnot, like all the new challengers leaks, all these brand new cards, all these TCG exclusives we're getting, all the OCG, imports we're getting in that set, and also the 5D's Legendary Collection also came out on Friday, and I had to pick that up still, and I just been busy, but a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh news, and but what I wanted to focus on was the since I've said in the past that I am a big Burning Abyss fan, and I just wanted to focus on like the four new cards we're getting, but not specifically. I just want to talk about them in general is what I'm trying to talk about, and what it kind of means for the game in general. I mean, first of all, did anyone else sigh? Did anyone else sigh a big ass sigh of relief when it was when it was announced, Rubik, or the Burning Abyss tuner, when it was announced that his real effect, before, a couple of weeks before, his an effect of his leaked, but it turns out that was fake, and it turns out his real effect is a lot less broken than that effect, and basically he's just, all you can do is basically special summon him when there's no spells. He's a tuner, and he blows up when there's when there's no other Burning Abyss monster in the field, and that's about it. When I say why I, sighed a breath of relief, is because I thought he was going to be super fucking broken, and, I like Burning Abyss, but I don't want him to be like God Tier 0, where, where you make Virgil and then dump him, and you draw and you search, and that would have just been crazy. So I kind of, sighed a big breath of relief there that he's just whatever, and he's not broken or anything sense of the word. He's just a decent card, and I kind of like that, how it balanced it out. So that was Rubik, and you have Alich, and what's his effect again? If you control his card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster in the field, negates effect until the end of this turn. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. It's like it's an effect veiler, or I should say, it's more of a breakthrough skill. That's pretty decent. Again, nothing too broken here. A nice balance of the cards, because as we all know, all the Burning Abyss monsters themselves aren't broken. They're very good, and they flow to each other well. It's good to see Konami, balancing out these guys a bit. And there's Calcob, and his basic effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one spell or trap card on the field, return that target to the field. Ooh, it would have been super freaking good if it was blown up, but again, nothing too broken here. It's just it's disruption, and so that's good. What I mean by that is that these cards are balanced, guys. They're not like super, OP plus machines like the other guys are, even though they're not OP. But I hope you kind of get what I'm trying to say there. And of course we have Virgil. We already talked about him. And then the trap card, which brings us to the trap card, and this is the one that's worrying me a bit, because the Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss, where it says send 2 face-up Burning Abyss monsters you control to the graveyard, then target up to 3 cards on the field and destroy those targets. That's a little worrying. I mean, worrying if you're facing off against this card. Not worrying if you're playing it. Oh hell no, it's all fine and dandy. It's all really fucking good. But if you're playing against this, it's very disquieting, very discomforting. Your opponent has at least 2 Burning Abyss monsters out there, and then they activate this on your ass and say goodbye to up to 3 of your cards. And then not only that, they get their pluses from the Burning Abyss monsters themselves. Like, oh my god, that's a very little it's a little overboard, but we'll see. Only time will tell how good this card really is. I can only see playing people 1 or 2, no more than 2. 3 will be way overkill. I think 2 is more than enough, and 1 just seems right. So I'm pretty sure people will just play 1, and if they can support it, and if the deck can support it, maybe 2, but no more than 2. And so yeah, and the one thing I want to discuss about these cards, guys, is that I'd be a hypocrite, and if I didn't call out Konami on this. What I mean by that is, these are 5 cards, 5 Burning Abyss cards that are taking up 5 of our TCG exclusive slots. And I say I'm a hypocrite if I didn't bring this up, because I've complained in the past about Noble Knights and how many slots they've taken up. You know what I mean? In the past, Noble Knights just took up slot after slot, and they weren't that very good. And now it seems the same. Konami is doing the same thing here with Burning Abyss, because I believe in the Secrets of Eternity, there's gonna be more Burning Abyss cards, and we'll see how many slots they're gonna take up then. But 5 slots is a lot. That's 50%. That's half of our TCG exclusive slots that can go to other things. Yeah, I know you know, Burning Abyss is a really hot deck right now, and people want to see this and kind of want to move the sets. But then again, you know, I'm a big, like I said before in the past, I'm a big fan of balancing this game, and that seems a little unbalanced to me, to say the least. Um, yeah, it's especially hard for me to say since I'm such a big fan of this deck. But then again, guys, which brings me to my other point I want to discuss in this video is, do you feel that this meta has gotten stale? And I'm not saying, oh, fuck this game, fuck Yu-Gi-Oh, it's boring, I'm gonna quit. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that it's gotten a little stale. I mean, at first, I love playing this deck because when this deck first came out and I, you know, assembled all the cards, I thought it was gonna be a rogue deck. And you know me, I love me rogue decks. I love me some rogue decks. And it turns out, nope, it's tier 1. Because at the beginning, guys, I thought no one saw the ascendance, you know, the meteoric rise of this deck. Everyone thought it was gonna be like a rogue deck, maybe a tier 3 deck at best. No one saw it, you know, defining the meta basically, and which it has. I mean, at first everyone was like, yeah, that's a little cute deck, whatever. You know, Dante was like $20 at the time, and now Dante's at least $70 now, and this deck, you know, it's like you see this. If you don't see Sadals or Satellanites, you're gonna see this deck, and it gets kind of boring. You know, the mirror match gets painfully dull. And then I haven't gone to my locals lately because all it was going to be was the mirror match after mirror match. And then if you get to the top 8, it's going to be mirror match, and that gets painfully dull. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I mean, if you're a big fan of that, if you're a big fan of, you know, knowing what you're going to expect and preparing for that, that's fucking awesome. I'm not bashing that, guys. That's completely in your right to do that and to love that. You know, there's some people who love playing, you know, tier 1 and who just play Yu-Gi-Oh to win, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for me it gets a little boring. You know, from my perspective, from my view, for my tastes, it gets a little dull, it gets a little boring, and you know, after that I become a little disinterested in this game, which is why I haven't been to my locals in a couple of weeks. Aside from the fact that I've been, you know, busy as shit lately, but like I've been saying, you know, to reiterate, to me, you know, I like when more metas are more diverse, or more than just, you know, 3 decks, and we'll see with Quillox coming up. You know, the set. You know, I believe the sneak peek is next weekend, and a couple weeks after that, the set is officially released. And I hope I buy a box. I'm pretty sure I am. If I don't get the 5Ds collection, I'm pretty sure I am gonna get a box of this because, like Duelist Alliance, this set is just too good to pass up. You know, there's so many money cards, there's so many cards, fun cards. There's so many decks I want to try out. You know. It just seems like, you know, you had to get a box at least, or purchase a few packs of this set. And so yeah, guys, those are basically my thoughts on this whole thing. You know, about my thoughts on this. I mean, to reiterate, I'm glad Burning Abyss are getting new cards, but then again, Konami, how much is too much? You know what I mean? We've dealt with this in the past before with Noble Knights. What else? What else did I talk about? Oh, I'll just rewind, and you'll see. Well, alright, guys, that's it for now, and hopefully I make more videos. You know, I'm starting to notice I'm just like posting once a week, or if that. But I hope to be posting a lot more. It's just, you know, my schedule right now this week and maybe the next week is just a little hectic, but we'll see. Alright, guys, and if you're still watching, thanks. I really appreciate it. I know basically I just rambled and jumbled throughout this whole video, and so yeah, guys. I hope you enjoyed, basically, is what I'm trying to say as I wrap this up. I keep bumbling, going off on different tangents. Like I was saying, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please remember to hit that like button. You know, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you're subscribed already, thanks for the support. It really means a lot to me. And I'm Ronin Frog 87, bidding you farewell and hoping you enjoy the rest of your day.